Now, as we've mentioned, YouTube is a gigantic platform that won't stop growing anytime soon. With over 1 billion users consuming countless hours of videos on YouTube, it's a market that's oversaturated with content. And with this in mind, you need to realise that with such oversaturation comes the challenge of standing out to your target audience. This means that your channel name must be something that not only epitomises who you are and what you do, but is also eye-catching and makes people curious enough to actually click on your videos. Think of it from this economic perspective. Is there a demand for what you want to give to people? Or does the demand exist for the product, service, or content you want to create? At the end of the day, it's all about supply and demand, as well as scarcity. People go on YouTube looking for a certain type of content. So, how will you supply that content while making them believe that they should be watching you as opposed to all the other options out there? In other words, you have to figure out how to give them what they want, but in a different and unique way. What is it that will make you stand out as someone who is supplying what people need, but in a distinct way? It's an interesting dilemma, but most cases will be different, and you'll need to work out a formula for your own brand or business. A good example to take a look at is PewDiePie. He started his channel doing gaming videos, but added a twist that led to him gaining subscribers at a rapid pace. PewDiePie, aka Felix Schellberg, added humour to horror and reaped the benefits of combining both genres, as he gave audiences something they wanted, but in a unique and unusual way. Whether it was on purpose or unintentional, he came up with an angle that set him apart from everyone else doing gaming videos at the time. With that being said, your channel name should be something unique to you and only you. This will be different if you're an already established brand, in which case you'll just use your business name. And hopefully you'll already have this trademarked so that you own the property rights. On a similar note, it's also vital to address the factor of consistency, meaning you really must use the same name across a variety of different social media platforms. This is not only important for keeping all of your accounts efficiently managed when referring people to them, but it will also be beneficial for your overall brand recognition and awareness in the long run. If you think about it, it's all about leaving your digital imprint across the World Wide Web in the most lasting and consistent way possible. You can use a variety of sites to check out which names are available and within which domains. A good example of this would be namecheck.com, which tracks usernames, domains, and trademarks across the web in order to tell you if your name would be available and within which sites. With regard to SEO, you should also keep this in mind when creating a channel name that you want to be memorable but also easily searched for. For example, take the food channel, Epic Mealtime, which has over 7 million subscribers. Using popular words like meal and time alongside a quirky word like epic was a great idea from the bearded channel creator Harley Morenstein, who hosts YouTube episodes about finding the most epic foods and meals across the nation. His personality corresponds well with the SEO-friendly name of his channel, and the aesthetic qualities of the content also fit well with the channel theme with regard to the music and dialogue used. Another example of a creative channel name would be the iJustine channel, which is a play on words relating to Apple products. And this is because it's mainly a tech review and gaming channel, and the channel creator's name, Justine, also features. Or you can take the instance of the channel The Girl Gone Green, which automatically gives you the idea of a girl becoming eco-friendly, which is what the channel is about. The title also uses alliteration, which is highly recommended if you're looking to create a brand that is easily memorable, given that countless studies have shown alliteration is key for enhancing memory and information recall. It's nothing new that alliteration has been a favourite tool of advertisers, marketers and poets for decades. But the thing to remember here is that it applies to video marketing just as much as conventional campaigns. Never underestimate the repetition of the initial stressed consonant sounding copy. More abstract naming and terminology would be good if your company is within the creative sector, although you can also take a look at Fandango's Movie Clips Trailers channel, which has a name that is a bit more generic, yet still highly effective when it comes to SEO. It's not surprising that with such a search-oriented name, the channel has over 11 million subscribers. The main takeaway point here is that you want to craft the perfect name that not only represents who you or your brand are, but you also want to include search terms within your name in order to boost your rankings in the search results. What you should be mindful of when writing your channel description is that you need to have a brief and catchy explanation of what your channel is about and why people should subscribe to the channel. Make your description SEO friendly, as you always should with anything online, and use popular keywords that are the most relevant to your industry. You can use sites like Google Trends or AdWords Keyword Planner to identify the kind of terms you need to be using in order to attract your particular target audience. So, you should constantly be mindful of your channel description being SEO friendly, but also remember to allow for some of your own personality or brand values to show through as well. For example, the National Geographic YouTube channel description is very straightforward in outlining exactly what the channel is about by providing a brief synopsis and a reference to the main mission statement of the company. They use keywords like adventure, science, and exploration. In addition to that, new visitors can also find their weekly content uploading schedule and a list of external social links to follow if people want to know more information or see more content. An example of a bad channel description would be the Brightside channel, which, despite having over 4 million subscribers since starting in 2017, has a minimal one-sentence channel description that simply says, always look on the bright side of life and stay positive. Now, as great a message as this is, it does very little to inform newcomers to what type of content they can expect to see from the channel, what the current videos are about, or even how often they upload. You want to maintain an approachable, personable tone, while at the same time staying professional and concise about what it is that you do. A good tip is to divide your description into two parts. The first being your introduction, and the second being details or specific information that's useful or interesting for people to know. So, for example, in the first part you can state your name, where you're from, what kind of videos you upload on your channel, and what the channel is about. If you're an established business, here's a great spot to put down some of your history, your mission statement, and a bit of information about your product or your service. To try and gauge whether your introduction is concise enough, you can copy and paste it into a tweet on Twitter. This way, you can also create a model for a brief explanation of your channel in the event you need it for other marketing or press purposes. Twitter only allows up to 280 characters, so if you can't explain yourself in this character count, then you need to rethink your approach. The next section can include a bit more detail, whether that's a specific uploading schedule you have, so that people know when to expect to see videos from you, some accomplishments or big events, any external links, and most importantly, the reason why people should watch your videos and what makes you unique. Convince them to subscribe to your channel. Generally, you should break up the text because most people will either be too lazy, intimidated, or annoyed to read a huge block of text. Reading is work, remember? So, play around with this and see what you can come up with in order to accurately and persuasively describe your channel.